Hi, welcome to Vitality Power Pilates. My name is Hope and I'm so glad you're here to work out with me today. Today we are going to be focusing on a cycle syncing workout. If you don't know what cycle syncing is, well, welcome to your new best friend in your hormonal health journey. Hormonal health has a lot to do with fitness, sleep, what you're eating, what energy you're doing throughout the month. Our luteal phase is what we're going to be focusing on today. And if you're not familiar with that, our luteal phase is that period between your ovulation and your actual menstruation, all a part of our menstrual cycle, which is actually a month long. It never ends. It's a whole month long journey that your body undergoes month after month, the joys of being a woman. But I'm here to help you navigate through your exercise while you're going through those changes. With that being said, we are going to get into a 15-minute mat Pilates class. I have no equipment. We're going to have gentle movement because during our luteal phase, we're feeling a little bit achy, we're feeling a little bit bloated. This will help ease any pain, any cramps, any bloating, but you're still getting that movement in and you still have a little bit of energy to dedicate to your body. So with that being said, let's get into it. 15 minutes, that's all I ask. We're gonna be on our mat. We're gonna leave here feeling stronger, more connected to our body, our feminine energy, and feeling like we conquered something together. So let's get started. I'm standing on my mat facing my device. You can stand however you'd like with those feet planted firmly into the ground. We're gonna bend through the knees just a little bit, sending those hands up all the way above our head. We're gonna open up through the chest, taking those hands back, bringing our hands together, and then opening up through that chest and standing tall, pressing through the mat. Lowering it down through those knees, squeezing that backside and lifting. One more time, we lower through the knees, hands stay down. Unclasping those hands, bring them out in front of the body, lower them, and then send them straight up as we go into a nice little squat, warming up the body and lowering. Warming it up, standing tall, beautiful with those hands. We're here for 5. Waking up that body, 4, 3, feeling strong and centered on your mat. Last one, coming down into that squat, hands go to those hips. From here, we're gonna slowly rise up, taking those feet out a little bit further. Still warming up, getting our body ready for some movement. Hands are gonna come out to the side. We're gonna rotate through the torso to one side. Arms are out nice and long, coming back through the center, taking it through the other side. This time we come through center, we drop those hands, we take our neck all the way back. Chin up towards your ceiling, and then we roll it forward, activating that spine, taking that chin down to your chest, back of the head all the way back. Last one. Beautiful. You bring that head back to neutral. We roll out those shoulders. Maybe you take a little bend in those knees, roll the shoulders back. Feeling some good movement, feeling your body start to wake up. And roll those shoulders forward. You can keep your hands close to your body. You can keep them up here, whatever feels good for you. And then slowly lift up. Beautiful. Walking to the back of your mat. I want you to take those hands up as high as you can. And then slowly dive forward. Head falls nice and loose down onto your mat. Feet are firmly planted on the ground. Maybe it's your fingertips that hit the mat. Maybe it's nothing, or maybe it's your full hand. However you stand in here, I want you to slowly lower yourself down all the way, bending through the knees so your hands are firmly down onto the mat along with the feet. We lift up, straightening out that backside. Lower it down. 2 more. It's important to warm up our body, especially in this time of the month. If we're not feeling 100%, we don't want to make it worse by going into something without a warm up. We lower ourselves down, bending through those knees. I want you to slowly walk those hands out, meeting me in a bear hover. A bear hover is an elevated tabletop. So your back is nice and straight, your gaze is forward. Shoulders are stacked on top of those wrists. Legs are bent. From here, we're just gonna activate that core just a tad, dropping the knees down to the mat and lifting them up. Scooping your abs towards your spine. Gaze is tall towards the top of your mat. We lower and lift. Squeezing the thighs, squeezing the backside, Belly button to that spine. Wrap it around. You have 5. You can do it stabilizing through those shoulders. 4, 3, lifting through those knees for 2. Last one, we drop it down, untucking those toes, feet come all the way down, tops of the feet are down onto the mat. From here, I want you to get comfortable walking those hands out beyond the body and sending your body back, bum towards your feet. We take a child's pose. We come up slowly, rocking forward, hips go down onto the mat, legs straighten, spine comes up, nice and long, chin is high. We take it back with a little bit of power, taking a child's pose. Rock our body weight all the way forward, hips down to the mat, chin nice and tall. Beautiful. From here, we come into a tabletop, walking those hands back. So they're stacked over those shoulders. Abs are tucked in, shoulders feel nice and stable. Knees are planted down onto the ground. We take one leg up into the air. Doesn't matter which one, we do both sides. I want you to cross it back behind and lift. Cross and lift. You're here for 10. Burning out that backside. 9. Again, that gaze is forward. We're not looking back to see the leg. You know it's moving. You don't need to see it. We want to practice lengthening through the body, lifting and rounding out that outer glute. You're here for 6. Squeeze and lift for 5. Pointing through those toes, making it look pretty. Really ranging in our feminine energy. Last 2. Last 1, keep it bent, little pulses lifted up. So that thigh is parallel to the mat. You're here for 10. That backside is feeling nice and warm. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg, knees come parallel, send it back up and kick it out. Bend, lower, lift, and kick. Bend, lower, lift, and kick. You have 5. Stretch out that leg for 4. Hamstrings start to burn for 3. 2, extend that leg long. Last 1, kick. Hold it. Here we pull. Same thing. You have 10. 9, 8. Driving up through that heel, turning on your backside. 6, 5. Don't forget about those abs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it home. Send that leg up and down. Little fire hydrants opening up through those knees. We lift and lower. It's nice and slow. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5. Slowly bringing it up. 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Keep it lifted, little pulses. Then we go to the other leg. You're here for 8, 7. I know it burns. You can do it. It's short, it's quick, it's effective. It's giving back to your body. 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down, pat out that backside. We're gonna switch to the other leg. For purposes for screen time, I'm gonna switch sides on my mat so you can see my other leg, but you stay where you are. We're gonna take it up, bending through that knee, cross it down behind you and lift. Cross and lift. Rounding out that outer glute, waking up the backside. You're here for 10. 9, 8, gaze is tall. That tabletop is nice and straight. You're not arching through the tummy. You're a nice straight line, like you've got a cup of coffee on that backside that you're savoring every last sip. You don't want to drop one little bit. You're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, little pulses. That's it. 10, 9, pointing through those toes, squeezing that backside, staying connected to your breath. You're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down all the way. We send it up, extend, bring it in, lower. Up, extend, in, and lower. Same thing as we did on the other leg, lengthening through our mat, through our leg, taking up as much space as you can because you deserve it. You're here for 3. We pulse it out in 2. Last 1, bring it down, send it up, extend, little pulses. 10, 9, stay nice and strong, you can do it. 8, squeeze that bum, come on. You give all of your energy, you are the creator of your power. Hone in on it for 5, 4, we switch to fire hydrants in 3, 2, and 1, bring it in, open up that leg through the knee. Open and close, open and together. Again, we're not looking back. I know I'm tempted to do it too, but we want that nice straight line through the backside. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it lifted, little pulses. 10. We're almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Take that bum back to the backs of the legs. Pat out the booty. Awesome job. I hope your body is feeling as warm as mine is. From here, I want you to take those hands, place them down onto your mat. We're gonna walk our feet out, coming into a high plank position. And then I want you to send your body through the arms. Head goes through the body. And I want you to take 1 step in with 1 foot, creating a nice center line on your mat. The foot that you didn't step in with, I want you to extend up nice and long. We're gonna tap it down, bring it up, come forward. Come back, tap it down, up and forward. 2 more. Lower, lift, extend to that high plank. Last 1. Lower, lift, high plank, hold it here, pulse that leg. You have 5, 4, you can do hard things. Come on, we're women, we can do anything. 2, and 1, lower it down, taking it through those arms. Other leg comes to center, creating that nice, beautiful straight line. Lifting the opposite leg, we tap, lift, high plank. Squeeze those abs, lift, lower, lift, high plank. 2 more. Mobilizing through that shoulder. Coming forward, last 1, then we pulse it out. We lower, lift, hold, little pulses. You have 5. Squeezing that body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down, drop to the knees. Meeting me onto your bum. Get there however you want. We take those legs out in front of us once your bum is seated onto the mat. We're gonna extend our legs out long, straight line onto our mat. Hands match, they come parallel out in front of the body. We're gonna slowly lower ourselves down, anchoring through the heels. Arms come up above the head. We use our bodies, we don't use momentum. I want you to really think about lifting through the body, coming up to a tall seated position. We lower, try to touch those toes and lift back up. 2 more, lowering ourselves down, hands come up above the head, using our tummies, our strength to come to that tall seated position. Reach down, try to touch those toes. 1 more just like it, slowly anchoring through those heels, taking our spine down to the mat. Hands above the head, we lift up that upper body off of the ground, coming to that tall position. Reach for those toes, coming back to a seated position, hands down onto your mat, feet up to a tabletop position. I want you to extend the legs long. We flutter them out for 10, 9, 8, 7, squeezing that lower tummy, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, keeping them together back to that center. They go out, criss and cross. Criss and cross. That sounds a little weird. Just crisscrossing one foot on top of the other. You're here for 5, 4, 3, squeezing that body, 2, and 1. Bring those legs back to center, back to that tabletop, dropping them down onto the mat. We're gonna take a little bit of time to sit onto our mat and really stretch out that chest. So I want you to walk your hands back, flipping your fingers out towards the back of your mat, pressing up through the chest. Belly goes out towards your feet. Chin goes all the way up to the sky. And curl yourself in. Bringing in all that good energy, walking those hands back together, extending those legs long. We reach for our ankles. We slowly grab onto our legs, squeezing each and every little muscle as we lift ourselves back up to that tall seated position. I'm gonna face you. You can stay on your mat. We're gonna take it to a butterfly. So I want you to try your best to get those feet together. And then slowly press down onto our knees, using our forearms to get those knees down a little bit lower. And then bringing our upper body down as far as you can. And then slowly lifting yourself up, arms peel off of those legs, legs come together. From here, you're gonna take one leg and cross it in front of the other, a nice figure 4. And then we're gonna flex the foot, point the foot. Flex and point. While we're doing this, I want you to shut those eyes and I want you to think of a word. Maybe it's power, maybe it's strength, maybe it's femininity, maybe it's gentleness. Whatever word comes to your mind, I want you to take it into the next couple weeks, the next maybe 10 days where you're not feeling your hottest, you're not feeling your best. Pointing those toes, letting that foot go down other side, keeping those eyes shut. Coming into that figure 4 position, we flex and point. So with that word, and with the intention to carry it through the rest of your menstrual phase for the month, I want you to remember this moment and how strong you feel and how good you feel about doing something for yourself. Especially doing something that feels good, feels healthy, and alleviates a little bit of that stress. Bringing that foot back to a point, dropping both legs down to your mat, feet are down. So we sit with that word, we take a big inhale, soaking up every last minute of this time we have together. Hold on to that breath, that peace, this moment, and exhale it all out. Bringing yourself into a crisscross, lifting those hands up off of the mat, taking them above the head. We open those eyes, we take those hands to heart center. You should be so proud of yourself for showing up today, for wanting to learn a bit more about your menstrual health, your hormonal health, and for taking the steps to become a better version of you. Cannot wait for our next workout together, and I'm so glad you showed up for yourself today. I'll see you guys in the next workout. Bye.